Well folks, welcome back to Plot 1D. I've not been doing much lately. At this time of year there really isn't a lot going on in the allotments. As you can see if I sort of pan round, there's a lot of everything, you know, nearly finished. People are starting to winter dig. Everything's dying back. You tend to see a lot of leeks and a lot of brassicas hanging around, people manuring. My next door neighbour there manuring his beds already. So yeah, just a quick update. I've strawberries, well they're romping on plant wise, just like I say, I've mentioned it a lot, very just pale and mottled leaves, but they seem happy. The blackberries just sitting now dormant. The purple sprout and broccoli that I put in has been attacked by the fly from the cabbage the caterpillar from the cabbage butterfly. I mean, I did net it with this netting, but I think what happens is, sorry, I'll just come back a bit. Basically, when the plants are touching the net, I think the butterflies just land on the net and stick the egg laying thing, whatever you call it, I don't know much about insects, stick the egg laying bit through and lay the eggs anyway on the leaves, because these were touching. So I've taken the netting off, removed as many as I can. I'm going to leave it off overnight just to let the birds get in and see if they can find out, and then I'll recover it all up. This bit here at this end is ready and top dressed a bit for some winter collies. Some winter cauliflowers going in there. I've started top dressing the beds that I'm not using. I'll show you in another one. I haven't covered this, but this has got manure, spent hops, and just a little bit of wood shavings from my wood turning. More bricks in the corner there ready for projects. These raspberries, which I'm pretty certain are summer fruiting raspberries, they're just sort of going dormant now. Now, the biggest development in my raspberry saga is the raspberries that were in here. I thought they were autumn flowering ones. Some stems fruited, some stems didn't, some stems grew. So to be honest, I've just pulled them all out and wanged them. I've ordered 10 canes of, I think it's J&J. Charles Dowding's got them. I noticed one of his videos got them, and a few people have recommended them. So I think they're called J&J. They're an autumn fruiting variety. So I've ordered 10 canes. It was £17 for 10 canes delivered to my door. So that, you know, to me, I must have got them muddled up. I must have got my other raspberries muddled up. So basically I've just pulled them all up. So same again, I've just put a little bit more manure and some more hops on there just to let that sit whilst I'm waiting for them. I've top dressed all my rhubarbs with some rotted manure. Strawberries, berserk. These were old plants, but I stripped them all down and put them in, and I got a few strawberries this year, but not many. Now something's been in, and I've got something coming in and digging about. I don't know what's going on. Right, so this bed had quite a few baby beetroot in. To be honest, I've taken 3 rows out because they were getting nowhere. I've covered these up with a cloche, and I'm going to put some fleece over them. I'll give them a go. I'll give them another month, see if they start to ball up and fatten up. If they don't, then I'll pull them out and finish top dressing the bed. So this is what I do. So bearing in mind this is a no dig bed, and you see a lot of people no dig beds, put manure on and then dig it in. It is completely and utterly not the idea behind no dig. You top dress your beds. So in here I have got lots and lots of manure, straw. There is a little bit of hops mixed in, but not much. But it is a top dress of manure. Then I cover it up. Now, personally, I use polythene. Reason being is I can control how moist it is under there. And, you know, black membranes, weed membranes, or the ones that are porous, rain can get through, but moisture can also come out on a hot day. It can evaporate out, believe it or not. This, the only place water can evaporate is to the underside of the polythene, and then it'll drop back down. I'll just peel it back, and this will be on for 6 months. You know, October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months, and the worms will do the work for me. You know, worms were invented to dig. I wasn't. So I've done this bed and I've done this bed. Parsnips, I'm a little bit excited about my parsnips, if I'm honest. I have pulled one and scoffed it, and they were the one that I pulled was really good. I've had a delve about, and the other ones in there are really nice, and they seem to be clear. Touch wood, they seem to be clear. So I'm going to wait till we have a bit of a frost, and then I'll start pulling them. Sprouts, I don't know if you can see in there, sprouts doing really well. I've never grown sprouts before, so I don't know when you pull the leaves off. If you look in there, the leaves are all starting to go manky. Sorry, a bit of poo on my hand. The leaves are starting to go manky. Sorry, that is an expression that my overseas followers might know. Basically, they are rough. They are knackered. They are not very good. They are dying. They are dead. So I'm not sure. Do I remove the dead leaves? Which I would think so, but like I say, I'm unsure of when you actually remove the leaves on sprouts. Kale is just, as you all know that grow it, it's just absolutely bulletproof. It's just continue to grow, sit there. There's nice new green stuff growing. It's slowed down a lot now, but I'm happy with this. I mean, I've given 3 plants away, pulled them out and given 2 to a friend, and he's healed them in, and they've taken. So they're pretty robust. The last of my Swedes in there. I'll just go around here. The last of my Swedes. These ones on the end are a bit naff, a bit thin, but there's some in there that are really good. I'm just going to leave them in whilst there's green tops on. Keep watering them, and they'll keep growing. Keep looking after them until it's frosty and it dies off. Leave them. Just pick one when you want it and eat it. Made a little bug house. I need to stick it up on the wall somewhere. That's just bamboo canes. My carrots in tubs look to be doing alright, but I daren't get excited due to the carrot fly incident we had earlier on with all my carrots. So, compost bins, this one is now full. I'm going to leave it for a month, and then it's going from there into that one. I'm going to fill that one up. This bin is full to the top of horse manure. The wildlife pond area, I did have a tree, an ash tree there, a little tree. Now I cut it off and I put a circle of stones around it, had a little fire and burnt the stump away. So that's now ready to fill with soil and compost. My gooseberry's doing fine, my apple tree's doing fine. So I have started to plant this up. I've put a lot of bulbs in there. I've got a little buddleia there ready to go in the back. Now, my leeks, wonderful. Plodding on, lovely. Eating a few. I've taken my climbing French beans out, my cobra beans, I've taken them out. I had loads of them, I was just late. I put them in a bit too late. The frame worked a treat. You know, it just broke the wind enough. I will definitely, next year, I'm gonna put my beans there, and I'll make a frame up again. This bed is ready, all top dressed. This is where the potatoes were. So all I did was shifted all the potatoes, tipped out all the soil, levelled it all out. I've walked on it. I've actually trampled it down because this is where spring cabbages are going. I'm going to fill this with spring cabbage in there. So that's the job. I'm off all next week. I've booked a week off. So I'm going to have a play down at Allotment for a few days. I've emptied out the black garlic that was there, the compost bin. I didn't want it. It's filled the bottom. Excuse me. There's a gooseberry bush sat in a pot there. I'm just going to leave that, all leaves and zoo poo from work, and I'll just let it compost over the winter, and then I'll probably dig it out and I'll use it in my spud mix. Because if you remember last year, or this year's spuds, I've had to buy all the compost. Well, next year I won't have to do, because I'll have the rotted manure. Sorry, I'm just trying to slow down, go around slow. I'll have all the rotted manure in there that'll be a year old, nearly a year and a half, and then that compost from, sorry, my fat fingers, from there will be in there, and that will have had another 6 months. So that will have had, you know, 10-12 months. So that compost, I'll put it through a bit of a riddle and mix that with the manure and things, and that will be my potato tub mix. So that's it, folks, really. Just a quick one. Like I say, not a lot going on. All my buddies have gone. They're all chops now. There's just the ewes, just the mums. All the little ones have gone, mind you. They weren't so little, they'd grown well. They've all gone for lamb chops and shepherd's pie. So thank you very much to all my subscribers. I've got some new subscribers just lately. It's fantastic. I really appreciate, you know, people watching my videos. I know I don't go in depth in a lot of things, but because there's so many videos on YouTube where people do go in depth. If I think I do something slightly different, I will do a video. So this week when I'm off, I will be finishing top dressing. I will be planting my spring cabbage in there, and my spring cauliflowers. Oh, my tayberries. I'm really pleased with my tayberries. They have got to a nice height, so I should have plenty of tayberries next year, because tayberries apparently grow on last year's wood. What I will do is I will put in, I'll just come a bit closer, I've got 3, sorry, where's my fat finger, there we go, 3 wires so far. I'm going to put another one up here. I am going to put another one, because they do grow, and they grow well. So I'm going to put another wire up there, and I'm going to remove all these bamboo canes and just tie these stems to the wires. Reason being is, if these grow on last year's wood, then technically from the base I should get lots of new shoots. So I need to be able to tie the new shoots in now. If I take the canes off, I'll be able to move the canes about and tie in, you know, wherever I want with the new shoots. So it'll make it easier. Now, depending on the crop, depending on how heavy they are, I might have to put another stake in the middle. I mean, these posts are absolutely rock solid. They don't go nowhere. They're in the ground about 2 foot. So I might put another one in the middle, but we'll see how that goes. I will do a video on planting my raspberries when they come, and I'll go a little bit more in depth on how I like to plant raspberries. I have also managed to secure myself an ICB, I know I keep getting it wrong, one of them big plastic square drums for in that gap there. So this week I'll be preparing the base as well. So I'll do a little video of how I make the base for the big water tank. And the tree this winter, the ash tree, is getting a haircut. There's lots of dead branches in there. I'm going to take all the dead out, and I'm going to take that bottom branch out there and that branch out there. Basically, there's a lot of dead on them, and if I take the dead out, it will help the tree a lot, and it will also lift the canopy, so it will maybe let me get a little bit more light in down here, not as much water taken up from this bed, which is going to be the potatoes next year. So like I say, I'll do a few videos over the winter. I've started to collect leaves. There'll be a lot more of them collected. So thank you very much for subscribing. Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, don't dislike it, just tell me why, put a comment. So thank you very much, and bye for now.